Okay, so this was the funniest moment.
Let's.
This was the best moment, okay? Because he thought he popped off on this, okay? I love this one. This one is so cringe. And also a little bit A-coded, okay? This will definitely, it's giving neurodivergence. It's giving neurodivergence sweaty. The way that he thought he was the good doctor when he was definitely the bad doctor, okay? Let's watch this part of the interview, which was my favorite part of the interview.
Let's talk a bit about your tweets, because it comes up a lot. Even today, it came up in anticipation of this. I mean, you do some tweets that seem to be, or at least give support to some who would call others conspiracy theories.
Well, yes, but I mean, honestly,
This is the lightest way to ask a question. A man you're interviewing who literally said it's a psyop that this like Hispanic Nazi went and did a mass shooting in a country where Nazis come in all shapes, colors, and sizes, and in a country where everyone has a gun and is capable of doing mass shootings, and in a state where like other white supremacists have done identical types of shootings. The idea that this incredibly common occurrence in the United States of America this time is actually a psyop is hilarious. Holy dude. Oh man, it's so crazy. I don't understand. It seems like it's a psyop. You can't fool me. I still like the Nazi, actually. Like, what's the psyop? What's going on? Is the government trying to be like, guys, we really need to do a psyop to get everybody to remember that Nazis are bad? Like, what's psyop? Oh, me, on the other hand, I think that the Nazis actually, I'm a centrist on it, Okay, interesting. Looking into it.
Some of these conspiracy theories...
To take the guns is such a funny, laughable concept. Brother, half of this country's population could be slaughtered tomorrow by AR-15 wielding gun nut ammo-sexuals, and we would not take the guns away. What are you saying? Oh, this time, this mass shooting will take the guns away. Is a idiotic take, okay? How many mass shootings have happened? They shot up schools over and over again. It's not happening, okay?
Have turned out to be true.
Which ones?
Well, like the Hunter Biden laptop.
Big stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that was a pretty big deal. There was Twitter and others engaged in active suppression of information that was relevant to the public. That's a terrible thing that happened. That's election interference.
But how do you make a choice? You don't see. I mean, in terms of when you're going to engage. I mean, for example, even today, Elon, you tweeted this thing about George Soros. Well, I'm looking for it because I want to make sure I quote it properly. But I mean, you know what you wrote. But you basically.
It reminds me of Magneto. This is like, calm down, people. This is not like made a federal case out of it.
You also you said he wants to erode the very fabric of civilization, and Soros hates humanity. Like when you do something like that,
like, dude, this guy. Let me tell you something. CNBC, right? This guy is like a neoliberal, okay? Probably like maybe a tinge of like social conservatism overall, but he's like a media guy at CNBC. He would not even spit in the face of the average working class American that says the exact same things that Elon Musk is saying. But when it's his God, when it's his God, Lord, and Savior, Elon Jebediah Musk, the capitalist overlord demon, he has to sit there and just suck it up and be like, yeah, come on. I mean, it's like you're saying that George Soros is a demonoid, and it's giving a little like I don't want to say it, but like maybe it's a tinge anti-Semitic. No, like sir, yes sir, please sir, no sir. Meanwhile, if some dickhead in a West Virginia trailer said that same shit, which they do all the time, this guy would be like, we should ethnically cleanse the working class. We should melt them in the biomatter. But when it's Elon Musk saying it, you got to suck his cock real good. You got to dick ride him into the spaceships that's going to take you to Mars. Holy shit. It's so stupid.
Yeah, I think that's true. That's my opinion.
Okay, but why share it? Why share it? Especially, why share it when people who buy Teslas may not agree with you? Advertisers on Twitter may not agree with you. Why not just say, hey, I think this. You can tell me.
Like, that's the consideration here? Oh, man, advertisers might not agree with you. How about, like, I don't know, you are a person with a tremendous platform, okay? You are incredibly famous. People look up to you. The fact that you are repeating these like psychotic right-wing conspiracy theories that are insane overall. Like, why the? I mean, it's not even that insane. That's the worst part about George Soros. I hate this so much because I don't like George Soros either. George Soros is bad, but you know who's worse? Elon Musk. George Soros is bad in the same way that Elon Musk is bad. Okay, like that's the worst part about it. Like, be a good journalist. Be like, hey, can you explain to me why you think George Soros is evil and bad? And then can you tell me how you are different than George Soros in the exact same way? That's what you got to ask him. Oh, George Soros is like spending a lot of money and a ton of money on lobbying initiatives to do like open borders foundations and NGOs overseas to manipulate foreign democracies or foreign nations that America is considered a foreign adversary so that you can do like, I don't know, currency trading or whatever George Soros does, right? So can you explain to me what you, how you pair that up with your sentiment expressed about how you can do a coup in Bolivia if you want to, because you want the wonderful, robust lithium in Chile? Like, can you explain to me how that's different than George Soros? And if he's bad, then why are you good?
We can talk about it over there. You can tell your friends, but why share it widely?
I mean, this is freedom of speech. I'm allowed to say what I want.
You absolutely are, but I'm trying to understand why you do, because you have to.
Oh, it's a freedom of speech for me. By the way, if you're a big guy, if you're like, I don't know, Modi, and you come to me and say, I don't want this kind of information to be disseminated on the platform, I say, hey, okay, Mr. Modi, you are fascist, but I don't really care. I don't give a shit. Oh, okay, Mr. Erdogan, I love you. Please.
To know it's got a. It puts you in the middle of the partisan divide in the country. It makes you a lightning rod for criticism. I mean, do you like that?
Dude, he's so sexy, dude. He's so nice with it. He's so sick. I mean, literally, he's like, you know, this is what happened. Okay, are you ready for this?
That would be the case.
I mean, look, we don't want to make this a George Soros interview.
No, God, no. I don't want to at all. But what I'm trying, even came up though in the annual meeting. I mean, do your tweets hurt the company? Are there Tesla owners who say, I don't agree with his political position and I know it because he shares so much? Or are there advertisers on Twitter that Linda Yaccarino will come and say, you got to stop, man. Or, I can't get these ads because of some of the things you tweet.
Nani? Wakarimashita! That in his mind, he's like, Nani? What will I do? This interviewer has asked me a question that I don't have an answer for in a cool way. I bet I should just pause here for an insane amount of time so that I can respond in the sexiest fashion possible. I know all of my dick riders are going to love this one. Get ready for this incredible reference. Get ready for this incredible reference. Good thing I asked ChatGPT what to say in this circumstance. Oh God, I can't actually remember what the ChatGPT told me to say in this situation, but it's okay. I'm gonna come out and say it.
I'm reminded of the scene in The Princess Bride. Great movie.
Great movie.
Where he confronts the person who killed his father. And he says, offer me money.
Does he try to do an accent too? Like, what is he doing? He gets the quote wrong. Movie references are fucking so stupid anyway. Also, anyone, yeah, he's 100% neurodivergent Lamau. Exactly. Anyone who watched that and then thought that this dude is not like A-coded, I don't know what to tell you, okay?
Give me power. I don't care.
So you just don't care. You want to share what you have to say.
I'll say what I want to say, and if the consequence of that is losing money, so be it.
Okay.
Yeah, except you're a CEO of a publicly traded company, you idiot. You literally cannot say that. That's grounds for termination, for the record. Like, God, he's so bad. He's so bad. It doesn't even matter, though, because when you're at that level of wealth, you can literally be bad at more wealth accumulation and yet still accumulate more wealth.
But I mean, when you link to somebody who's talking about the guy who killed children in a mall in Allen, Texas, and you say something like it might be a bad psyop. I'm not quite sure what you meant, but.
Oh, in that particular case, there was somehow that's not that that obviously people were killed, but it was, I think, incorrectly ascribed to be a white supremacist action.
Twitter is private, not public. Bitch, I'm not talking about Twitter. I'm talking about Tesla. He has investors. He has shareholders in Tesla. What are you talking about? I'm not talking about Twitter. Twitter is already in the shits. It doesn't matter.
And the evidence for that was some obscure.
Also, hold on.
Not that that obviously people were killed, but it was, I think, incorrectly ascribed to be a white supremacist action. And the evidence for that.
Yeah, no, literally. Yeah. This guy was a white supremacist, but he wasn't doing a white supremacist action. Okay, thanks for the semantics, man. We're talking about what point of radicalization was important. You know what I mean? Like, what led him to become this, like, violent fucking behemoth? To understand the motives. Yeah, he didn't kill, like, exclusively non-white people. Okay? So I guess that means he wasn't trying to do a white supremacist action. He should have gone to a fucking black church like Dylan Roof, you know? Is that what it is? Is that the only time when someone can be a white supremacist mass murderer? So wild, dude. They're like, oh, it's a psyop. Meanwhile, the cops have fucking confirmed that it was a white supremacist that did it. You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean? Like, and this is not recent. Like, this is fucking 7 days ago. I think he only killed one white person, a security guard who possibly posed a threat. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, his act of violence was narcissistic. His act of violence might not have been directly white supremacist, okay? But his radicalization, his point of radicalization was white supremacy. That much is clear. The moment that you get a swastika tattoo, you're a white supremacist. That's it. There's no two ways around it. The fact that you would try to say that it's like different than that, and his radicalization, his violent radicalization didn't come at the heels of white supremacy is insane. Calling the shooting a psyop is funny because who's the psyop against? Nazis? Is that a bad thing? Yeah, I know. It's so stupid.
Was some obscure Russian website that no one's ever heard of that had no followers.
First of all, it's not an obscure.
And the
website is not obscure, and it seems like he used it as a diary because mass shooters, especially ones with ideological, ideological motivation, love to basically release their manifestos. And he wanted to write all this stuff ahead of time somewhere where he wouldn't get noticed, somewhere where he wouldn't get tracked, because on Twitter, the FBI would be all over it, so they turn around and go, oh, man, he was on our radar. That was probably foolish, by the way. Foolish because the FBI loves having mass shooters on their radar and not necessarily doing anything about it. So he could have just posted that shit on Facebook, and it still wouldn't have mattered. He could have posted that shit on Twitter, and it wouldn't have mattered. All right, let's hear the La La Land.
Look, I'm a big believer that people are more productive when they're in person. And really, man, the whole sort of work from home thing, it's like, I think it's, look, there are some exceptions, but I kind of think that the whole notion of work from home is a bit like the fake Marie Antoinette quote, "Let them eat cake." Mm-hmm. It's like really, you're going to work from home and you're going to make everyone else who made your car come work in the factory. You're going to make the people who...
Dog, you're a billionaire. What are you saying? You're a billionaire. You're talking about some of your workers over other workers that you also have enslaved, okay? This notion that he's like somehow, how can he sit there and act like, oh, really? You're gonna tell me you want to work from home? You pussy ass professional managerial class libtards, dude. It's just like Marie Antoinette's fake quote. Like, what are you saying? You're the billionaire. Every place you work at is home, technically, for you. You are the Marie Antoinette. Best response to the clip, by the way. I need anyone, the next time Elon says he works 20 hours a day, 363 days a year, to ask him how he got a level 121 character in Elden Ring. Or how much tweets all the goddamn time, dude. Shut up. I hate this shit so much. It's like when Elon was saying George Soros is terrifying. He's just like Magneto. It's like, bro, you're worth like 100 times him. What are you saying? You're saying this on the social media platform you own, okay? You bought a social media platform where you said, wow, someone should look into this George Soros guy who's worth like 1/10 of your wealth. If George Soros is like Magneto, what are you?
Make your food that gets delivered, that they can't work from home. The people that come fix your house, they can't work from home, but you can? Does that seem morally right? That's messed up.
You see it as a moral issue?
Yes.
I mean, I see it more as just
it's a productivity issue, but it's also a moral issue.
A productivity
People
issue.
should get off the goddamn moral high horse with the work from home bullshit. Because they're asking everyone else to not.
Dude, this makes my blood boil, man. I don't know if I could watch the whole thing. Like, seeing Elon Musk say this shit, unironically, it makes me feel violent. It makes me feel violent thoughts. Because, like, again, you're a billionaire. You are the guy. Of course you don't want work from home because efficiency is your main reason for why you don't want work from home, because you don't want people to have any kind of freedom in their lives, okay? This is mind-boggling to me. I can't believe that this guy could just sit there and this dickhead will sit across from him and go, oh, yeah, you're right. Work from home is really... Bring these lazy pieces of shit back into the workforce right now. It's really hurting real estate.
Not work from home while they do.
And yet there's still pushback, by the way. It's still going on. This battle is still happening.
Oh, I can't believe it. There's still pushback. Oh, my God.
I mean, leaders of organizations, and I speak to plenty of them, I want people back. I want people back. 3 days a week, they're still battling. It's not clear that it's ever going to change. People are not coming back 5 days a week.
First of all, work from home is not even less efficient. They just want to control the workforce, and they want the capacity for the workforce to like do whatever the they want. Okay? And if you're working from home, it's a little bit harder to control your workforce. That's it. It's so stupid. He's woke. He wants you to check your work from home privilege. It's like, bro, what about your billionaire privilege? You know what I mean? I don't know.
The laptop class is living in La La Land, okay? As I said, you can't, but look at the cars. Are people working from home here? Of course not. So the people work.
Yes, bullshit jobs, a lot of bullshit jobs, laptop jobs that you hire, for the record, don't need to be at the assembly line. Yes, some jobs need to be at the assembly line. You should pay those. You should pay those people more if you want to bring them in. Okay, how about that? You should allow your factories to unionize, for example. You're an American car manufacturer. Why is the federal government, which offers Elon so many subsidies and credit swap schemes that have allowed him to stay afloat at times when his company was supposed to go bankrupt, has never turned around and been like, yeah, you need to make sure that your factory is unionized, as a matter of fact. The American government, Elon Musk, every part of this process, it makes me so mad. Yeah, meanwhile, this guy proudly talks about automated factories, which is literally about having fewer people in the factory. Yeah, it's so transparent. He's literally pitting one form of the working class, which are laptop workers, against another form of the working class when he doesn't care about either. His entire goal here is to literally lower your salaries. That's his stated goal. The idea that this baboon-brained billionaire, emerald mine wealth recipient piece of shit who has grifted his way to the top, failing upwards over and over and over again, can sit there and talk about how privileged people are in the laptop class blows my mind.